Hey, it's Friday
Hey,
the
hey,
13th. And you know what
Johnny
that
the
means?
Bull, what's happening, man?
Yeah,
Should we shut our computers down? Because you know what today is?
it's Friday the 13th.
I know. Should we trade today?
Yeah, I bought 100 more shares of Nano Dimensions because it dropped a dime overnight because of their piss poor earnings. But I am all in on that one. I got so yeah, that's one it's going to be there someday. You just have to think about it. But anyway, we'll talk about that. But yeah, I
Yeah.
was Gary, I was 13 on Friday the 13th in 1974. So it's not a
Oh,
bad day for me. It's a good day, I think.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
so you
I,
could be superstitious if you want. We need a black
you
cat to come
can
on.
be.
Hey,
I heard something on the news this morning talking about the 13th floor of buildings,
yeah,
and
some of them
they
don't
were,
have it.
yeah, well, but they were saying because it's superstitious. But I think the real reason is because my dad was a
Hold
fireman.
on, hold on. What's the real reason? I got to put my tinfoil hat on.
The real reason is because back in the day, the ladder would only go 12 stories. If
Oh,
you had a fire, it would only go 12 stories. So that's what I think the reason is the reason these tall buildings don't have a 13th floor.
so you can't be burned up on the 13th floor. I don't, that
No,
is, but
you
not
can't be
all buildings.
saved above the 12th floor. That's the issue. Yeah.
I think that is, yeah, that's the thing. Don't. It's like the baker's dozen. The guy always put an extra donut in there because if the king got this dozen and it had 11, off with his head. So, but I think that's of the past. I know there's buildings with 13 stories. I
No,
know.
yeah, they just came out with a ladder that goes way up there. So
Yeah. So
good for the
we're
firemen.
all safe.
Imagine climbing that thing.
No, that's a lot of stories get told on
Ugh.
that one on the way
Maybe
up.
you get on it and it raises up and you don't have to climb it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's extension ladder. So my 13th story was our friend, Mark Buck, our friend Mark Bucky, he's going out to the
Oh,
casino. This is probably about 15, 20 years ago. He's going out to the casino and he says, "Hey, anybody want to place a bet?" This is a text message. So I say, "Yeah, I'll put $5 on Black 13." He goes, "Okay." And then the other guy, Zacharias, chimes in. He says, "Hey, put $5 on me for that too." And our other friend Randy says, "I don't want to do none of it. I'm not paying the $5." So Bucky goes out there, puts $20 on Black 13, and it hit. And he
wow.
paid everybody $185. We all got, well, actually 180 because he put the five on there. But that's the odds of that. So hey, and he paid out the guy that said he wasn't going to pay. So that's how Bucky is, a nice guy. So anyway, Black 13 is always a good number to play on the roulette. Anyway, doesn't hit every
Okay.
time.
All right.
But
I'll remember that next time
yeah,
I'm out there.
next time you're
It's
out
been
there.
a minute since we've been there.
Yeah, it's been. I was actually out there with one of the radio shows. Sat there, played. You've been proud of me. Played blackjack and talking the whole time. Won $200. I was bet a quarter. I doubled down on a 12. I was doing all my usual stupidity. You've seen me do some stupid stuff before.
Yeah,
Weren't you at the Palms when
I
the
remember we thought we had the Colts in the bag, and then we seen Peyton Manning get on the phone,
yeah?
and
It's
we're
like
laughing. We're like, "Oh, what's he doing? Colin gonna, hey, let's shut this thing down now." We all laughing because we're so far ahead. We had it and ended
it
up,
ended up tying. We had a freaking
yeah.
tie and snatched a win out of a tie. Or how about the time we were at the horse track and we had that trifecta that was going to pay $3,200 and our third horse lost by a nose. If he just
Oh,
had a bigger nose,
a
he
photo
was like
finish.
roll. Yeah, photo finish. Our first horse, second horse was great. That third horse, he just didn't have enough oats that day. But yeah,
Ah,
we've had a lot of what ifs. That's okay. But
maybe
speaking of
that's the
what ifs,
reason we're in the stock market.
yeah, because we can always just like,
We
what
like
if nano
gambling.
dimensions? Nano dimensions is going to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull up the big board here. Let's see. Let's put us in our right spots. There we go.
All right.
All
Let me
right.
move
Well,
that over.
we had our guest last week, so we're working off a 2-week spread here.
Yeah,
So we'll
Bez was
see how
great,
that
wasn't
goes.
he? Cube Wealth,
Yeah.
cubewealth.com.
Hopefully a couple people checked him out. But yeah, we had a good conversation with him. And
Yeah.
I'm learning how to do that. We may have to change the name to Stock Market Experts at some point, but it's not this week. Not this week.
Yeah. Let's give
but
it another year.
but I would say that my Nano Dimension is sort of sucking right now. But my Silvo pick, the silver shorts are are doing okay. The dividends were announced for the monthly.
Man,
I was hoping it'd be a lot better than that. Yeah, look at that. See, we had after hours last night, and you should have seen. You see how they jacked it up yesterday to that height. Somebody was pumping and dumping. They must have known that.
yeah, they spent all their money, I guess, buying these other companies, huh?
Well, they were scheduled for a 15-cent per share loss, and they came in at 11. You would think, oh, well, that's 4 cents better, but apparently they must have thought they were going to come in at less than that. But they're reorganizing. They're trying to get stuff together, but they have a pretty good share of the market in 3D printing, and a lot of their printers are when they have acquired Mark Forge. There's a lot of printers that are actually in place. And Mark Forge just had the hardware. They needed the liquid that goes in to make these parts, and that's what Nano Dimensions and Desktop Metals provided. But Desktop Metals was a little bit of a messy deal, so they're wandering around out in the wilderness. But they will be. I'm just convinced that they're going to turn it around and get better. So, see, that's a pretty big drop right there in that.
Yeah, that's a 3-year chart right there.
Yeah. Yeah, so they were up there in 374 land, and then they just down goes Frazier. But I don't know if they'll play any dividends anytime soon, but I do think their stock will gain value. But right now, if you were to look at that one and to look at yours, you said BSQH. Pull that one up real quick. We'll just go through those first off. So mine was at 165 when we looked at this, and then yours was at 185. And it's at 217, so it's down a little bit, but it was as high as 250, yeah, it's been up there.
98.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
days
the one. Yeah, that's the one Donald Jr. Trump's in. He's on the board. And
John, guess what?
What?
I sold it.
You sold it?
Yeah, I sold it yesterday. Yeah, $2.30.
How much did you have it in for? Did you make some money on it, or did you just
around $1,900? I mean, but
you were gonna wait. It's just killing you, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you can't wait like I can. I can wait them like a possum.
Yeah, we got all the way up to 298. I thought it would continue, and it didn't. And so, they're probably playing a game. I still think it's a good stock, but I'm looking for something else if I'm going to have any long-term hold.
Well, even though you sold yours, that's okay. You had 10,000 of them, didn't you? Or
no, I only had 4,100.
4,100. Yeah, I got 10,000 of my loser. But I was, believe it or not, I was up. If it gets up to that $1.65, I need to get up to $1.56 is where that's my break even on this thing. So, and it was hovering around there. But hey, it is. You got to that's my investment. I'm investing in that company, so you have to sometimes realize you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait on stuff. Yeah. So let's see what I'll tell you. Let's mix it up a little bit. Let's do the 8-ball stuff first. Let's do the Dow. It says the Dow's going down, but I think the Dow was up, and I have to look up that one, don't I? The Dow.
Yeah.
So the Dow is at 42,573, which is up. 8-ball. You bit the dust on that one. That one, you missed it by a bunch. So whatever it's 600 points. Missed it by 600. So What's your NASDAQ at?
Well, when we did this last time, it was at 21,116. The 8-ball said up, right?
Yeah.
And we're at 21,837.
So it's it very much core. It's up 800 and the Dow's down 600. So 8-ball,
you made 200 points.
Maybe we should just do the Dow and the let's do that. We're going to condense this show even more. The 8-ball picks both at the same time. So what are they at now? What do you say? Let me go. Let me do
NASDAQ's at 21,841. Man, it moves so quick.
41. Yeah, I know. It just bounces, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let me see what the NASDAQ is at. The Dow is at. We got him at 42.
No.
577 before it moves. Okay, so we'll do them all at once because they both run the same. So 8-ball says that next week it will be down. It says down. So 8 Ball says down. Now we're going to see if the 8 Ball, because I think it was conflicted.
I agree.
Hey,
I agree.
let's ask you if it's gonna. The Pacers play tonight. How about them Pacers? Are the Pacers gonna win tonight? Let's ask the 8 Ball. Let's see what it says. Better not tell you now. Oh, come on, 8 Ball. I know you're a little shy, but this is a live show. Says no. Pacers says no. Let's see if that works.
Well, let's just add a little bit here. John, do you agree that the market will be down next Friday?
I do. I'm like, I get this. I got a little chill on the back of my neck about the whole thing. I mean,
right, John, you agree, and
what do you think, Gary?
I'm gonna not agree.
Okay, Gary says up. You think it's going up? Okay. What is your? Mine's just a gut. Mine's just. I'm just like feel like it just.
Oh, I know. I mean, I know the feeling that everything Trump's doing is going to come in place, and this thing's liable to. It's going to go above all-time highs and then recede from there.
Yeah, but next week.
Well, maybe.
Maybe I know that's.
He's talking to China. He's got Musk out of there now. Him and Musk are fighting.
But they sort of making up a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Musk, man, he put out some crazy stuff on that.
Yeah, it's that's what you get. You poke the bear and the bear pokes back.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, he didn't poke the bear. Trump didn't poke him like Musk poked him. Man.
Yeah, I know. And see everybody, and I think Trump showed some humility there. I think he honestly he sort of gets what he deserves, but sometimes he doesn't get what he deserves. Does that make any sense? It's like, he's a tough guy, sort of talking guy, but I think he's really more sensitive than people think. But I'm surprised he didn't hit back harder on Musk, but I still think it's championship wrestling. I think they're just fighting, and then somebody, we're just causing, I think they're playing it all like championship wrestling, big old game. They're going to throw some folding chairs, they're going to throw some tables, smash some people into their turnbuckle. It's like they're going to arrest some senators at the news conference. There's going to be stuff going on. But market doesn't like inconsistency. You know what I'm saying? They don't like it. So they get to the cold feet. So let's see.
And then we had this war, right?
Oh yeah, the Israel. Yeah, it's not going to be much of a war. Any more wars are more like just airstrikes.
Yeah.
But
the market went down on it. Now, of course, the market's drifted up all day. So
yeah, it's like
it'd be green by the end of the day. We were down 296 points on NASDAQ, and now we're only down 90. So
yeah, well, the Dow Jones is still down 389, 390, almost 400, but it was down a lot more than that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you're at 42, that's a drop in the bucket. It's not that much, but like they just don't like unstable stuff. It's like, and usually they see it coming, so people take it. But that's the sort of feeling I got. I think people are going to start pulling. Some of the big investors are going to start pulling back some money. Just win. That's
right.
It's like what Tombstone when Ringo says, just say win. Ringo. So let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and do the Johnny 5. Let's see what that's going on here. The Johnny 5 because I won again.
I don't know. You going to start with gold?
Yep. Start with gold. Go to Donald J. Trump, and I'll tell you. I'll just save it till we get to old dude in Florida.
All right.
I got some news. I got some news on the old dude in Florida. So it's on the ground. Espionage.
Man, gold last time we did this was 33.18.
Mm-hmm.
You said it'd be 33.18, and I said it'd be 33.88, and it's 34.42.
Wow! So you got me by
a bunch.
18. No, you only got me by friggin' $70.
Well, hey, $70 is $70. That'll almost buy a Big Mac.
Yeah, and I'll buy a one patty Big Mac. Okay, but usually the gold and the Bitcoin make a mark on somebody, but that
yeah.
So wow,
you usually get me back
of course, in the last 2 weeks, they came out with gold going to 40,000. Is that right? Oh, 4,000.
4,000.
And silver going to 40.
Wow.
So that's what drove our silvo up when that news came out. So
why in the world would gold the only reason gold should rise is if nobody believes in the economy.
Well, the dollar, I mean, yeah, that's exactly, I don't know what, I didn't read the whole thing. I just looked at the clip.
Yeah.
And I said, well, that's good for me because silver goes up.
Much research.
Yeah. So because I got a lot of that silvo stock and it's been very, very good to me. very good to me. This is where I got to put the banner up, Gary. What the heck? That's what we put.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing here? Okay. You're going to get us sued. Nobody's going to sue us.
Yeah, to put up there too. We want to play Trump and Vance at Oakmont.
And where's Oakmont? Where is that?
It's in Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's where the Open is right now.
Did you see that there's an amateur dentist from Indianapolis that got in?
Yeah. I watched him tee off yesterday morning. Yeah, he didn't do too bad.
Yeah, I guess there's a 285-yard par 3. Am I right?
Yeah.
No thing. That's like number 10 at Martinsville. Remember I about hit you with a 3-wood on that? That's a par 4. that hole I had the number on it. What's that? 300? That's about what that is. That's 285 if you cut the corner. So no, I wouldn't. That's a tough par 3.
Yeah, he drove it. He drove it on the green.
I hope so. That's par 3. That's 285.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do DJT. Want to?
All right. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So you got me for the 70. So DJT.
Yeah. Oh dear, man, you're gonna get me here. Last week it was 21. I predicted 24, and you predicted 20.
It looks like somebody's on target there.
Yeah, and it's $20.08.
Yeah, that only takes it down to $66 though. So your gold's still holding strong. I should get extra points for being exactly right. But I don't. So I got her marked down for the next go around. So I got gold at 34.42, Donald J. Trump at 20. Old dude in Florida. Pull him up.
All right.
Old Dominion Freightliner. That sounds like a Southern name, doesn't it? Old Dominion.
Hey, last week it was 159. You said it would be 153, and I said it'd be 167, and it's 161.79. Which
is odd. Now this is my on-the-ground espionage because, as our viewers know, I live close to their yard of where their trucks come in. Their stinking yard is empty right now. There's a ton of trucks out, so it doesn't make any sense that that they're losing. So I'll just take that's what it's worth. But they have the least amount of because that's where they store all of their. Those are the trucks that have the two.
Was empty good or empty bad?
I think empty's good because they're out there making money, right?
They're out. They're out running.
Yeah, and they actually bought the building across the road from them and tore it down and built a big old concrete lot. I mean, it's nice. It's like a Cadillac of lots. Most of these semi places, they park them on the gravel and everything. Oh no, this has got a big gate around it. They're a top notch. But their little trailers are all there's a
3 days ago it got up to 170, which would have made me more right.
Yeah. When did they do their how
earnings was chart? Back on 6.3.
Yeah, so it's weird. What happened on that day where they went up and they dropped real bad? I mean, is there some news?
I don't know. It may have been market related, but I don't know. I mean, they got a long ways to go. Here's a 3-year chart. They've been all the way up to 233.
Yeah, that was not that long ago when they had the news.
That was 12, 16, 24. So
anyway, so what I get? That's 8, and well, you got me. You got me by 2. So 68. Yeah, because you were high and I was low, and that was in the middle of it. So
yeah.
All right. I don't know why I said 153, but I didn't know my espionage before that. So all right, you got me. I got him down for 161 for next week's guest. Boyle's been friggin' all over the place.
What do we got on Boyle? Boyle.
I think we're going to split the baby.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Boyle.
look at this. Somebody got it right. Man, I'm going to have to rely on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So it's 51.
Last time was 49, and I said it'd be around 54. Which
I'm right.
It has.
Right.
And you said 50. So
51. So I got 3 of them back. So now you're at 65 plus. All right. It's coming down to the Bitcoin. Let's see who got that right.
Oh, man. I don't even want to do this again.
Yeah, this is going to Johnny Five's getting ready to come. I didn't look at it. I didn't even know the symbols of it, so I can never look. It's like I don't even want to, because we talked about Bitcoin on there.
Bitcoin, last time we looked at it was 104,555. I said it'd be 102,760. You said 106,792.
Holy garbage! That is, I'm like
335.
I'm a prophet on the friggin' Bitcoin.
Man,
so I'm going to call it 106,310. That's what I'm like for next week's. So let's see. Yeah, you got smoked. The Johnny Five rules again.
We're going to have to eliminate Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's killing you.
If it wasn't for that, I'd be okay.
Yeah, you'd have won by 65 points, whereas you lost by 4,000. So we had a tiebreaker if we ever get that close. Was cold.
All right. So now we got the opposite of Boyle.
Yeah.
Cold.
Well, I think I'm going to be darn close on this one.
Man, cold last time was $26.59. I said it'd be $22.64. And you said it'd be $25.71.
So I'm closer on that one. So what are we saying it is, 24.48 right now?
Yeah, 24.48.
Let's go ahead and make our predictions for next week on that while it's moving, while it's sitting here.
Well, that takes a whole. I don't know if I can be that organized. So you want to do cold right now?
It's like if you get organized, I smoked you on this one too, and I am not organized at all. I'm just totally guessing. Actually, I'm going by some of the trends on this.
So cold right now is 24.50. And what are you saying it's going to be?
26.92.
No way.
Wait, it's going to be there. You guess yours and I'll guess mine. I think I was closer to right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Boyle's going to go up. So this is going to be in the let's say 21.78.
So you're thinking Boyle's going up. Okay, man. If it gets down to 21, I'll probably buy some.
Yeah, I know.
It got down there. It got down to 21, down in the 20s. But by the time I saw it, it was too late. I don't like buying it when it gets into 23 because it can go south or north from there. And I don't have any money I want to hold. I already got Nano Dimension holding some money for me.
Right.
And so, everything in Silvo that's good because that pays a dividend. But
man, Sam Burns is 3 under. Okay.
Who?
Sam Burns, golfer.
Is that good? What's the leader under Spawn? What's
4.
his under?
Spawn is just 4.
Well, they try to make that U.S. Open, if I remember right, make them play even par. I mean, they really make it so hard that they want you to be even par. So it looks like they've accomplished it.
Yeah.
So I saw
Scheffler's like 5 over, man. He's
who is?
Scheffler, number 1 in the world.
Really? I would think that he'd be better on that. He'd be good on that course, but in the rough, like knee deep or something like that.
He's +4. Just came up. Yeah, but
how about our dentist? Does it show? Is today's cut day, isn't it, or is that yesterday?
Today is. Yeah, tonight.
Is. Yeah. I don't even know the dentist's name, but he was
Voigt.
I think he was 5 after the first day. He was 5 under, or he shot at 80, whatever that is. 8 under, 8 over. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 8 over. Yeah,
man, that would be so hard to.
Wouldn't it? First time playing professional golf, and you're at the Open.
Yeah, it's like that'd be that'd be a dream come true if somebody was a pretty good golfer and they made it to that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it's like being a professional amateur bike rider, cyclist. This was enough to make enough money to pay for my entries. I was just good enough to pay for.
What do you think cold's going to be next week, John?
I said it's going to be 26.92.
Oh, is that what you said?
Yeah, I did. I was just confident. I was so confident it's going to be 26.92. I think it's going to be.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and pull up Boyle while we're doing it. And
see what it's got on it.
And see what we're going to say for next week.
All
right.
While we're doing it.
We got 51. We're not rounding up on these, huh? 32.
No, it's just, I got 51 down for it. The cold's the only one we're doing the exacto on, just in case of a tiebreaker. If we ever have such a thing.
All right. Well, so I think if that goes down to 21, then we're going to be up around 56. I'll just put even, 56 even.
Okay, I'm going to say 48. You want to do Bitcoin now? Why don't we just do our picks for that now and get it out of the way?
Okay.
Bitcoin, it's at 106,310. Man, that is up there.
106,310.
Yep. So what do you think next week? What do you think? How are you going to lose next week?
You're making me go. I should make you go first.
I'll go first since I won. I'm not scared. I'm going to go with 105,400. Yeah, 105,400. That's a nice even guess.
105,400. You think it's coming down?
I think it's going to correct a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to say.
I don't know, just going higher, but I almost got a feeling it's going to go higher, but
I'm going to say 109,400.
Ooh, buddy, this is how you lose.
Yeah.
I put 190. Okay.
All right. How about you want to just stay on this? We'll do.
Yeah, stay on it. Let's go, old dude in Florida. Man, I got a little gnat flying around here. Give me.
Old
trying to get my stock picks.
Let's see what we got here. Old Dominion Trucking Company, right? Old Dominion Freight.
ODFL, old dude in Florida driving a truck.
Yeah. Well, we got it at 161.64. So we'll put what? 162?
I put 161. I've got them all down from before.
Oh, okay. 161.
161.
Where do you think it's going?
I'm thinking 165. I mean, it's gonna have to go back up. The lot's empty. It's going up. I know that's what you're gonna say, isn't it? You're gonna say 165.
Yeah, you mean when they come back? Their stock's gonna go up.
Yep, they bring their stuff in. I see them all the time.
170. Man, you're saying 165. I'm gonna have to.
That's
say,
only 4 points.
150. 161.
Hey, that's very. That's really going out on a limb. But that's how you do it. Okay,
I don't think it's gonna move much in a week.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd buy it or short it right here.
It's not moved. It moved from 160 to 161 last week, so I'm thinking it might move up some more. I just don't. I know that it's definitely economy driven and people needing stuff, but man, there is a crap load of trucks on the road right now. And that's one of my economic indicators is how much stuff's being moved. And there's just a ton of trucking going on. When that slows down, I think that I will probably, I will be moving some money out of the market. I'm just saying, because that is so, it's just a tell. And it's like a ripple. It takes a while for that to hit everybody else.
The market usually knows when it's going to happen before we do.
So. Yeah, they probably watch the trucks too.
Yeah.
No the truck traffic. There's got to be some things that
you got to see if whoever they are, hang out there.
They are probably driving the trucks. You never know.
We got DJT at 20.
Yep.
And what do you think it's going to be next Friday?
18.
18? Come on, man.
I'm just saying, hey, that's what I was saying.
Wow.
I think he's gonna. He's roughing up these.
Oh,
senators and
hey,
stuff.
we can't do a show next Friday. I'm going to be in Arizona.
Oh, you looking for a condo made of stona?
Yeah, going out and visit Gary. So it'd be 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now. That's what, yeah. Well, we did it last time, and it looks like look what happened to Bitcoin.
Right. Okay. But there's still good picks.
Still good picks.
But 2 weeks from now, this is going to be around 26.
Okay, boy, this one looks like
That's a big difference right there.
Yeah,
There's
that
8
is
points.
a big. So I got gold at 34.42. 34.42. Man, that's a lot. But they say it's going up to 4,000.
34.32. Man. Can you imagine gold going to 4,000?
That's crazy. I remember when it was cheaper than that. But they were talking about what they say, how many pound gold bar? There was a 200 pound or 20. I don't know. It was back in the day you could buy a house with it, and today you can still buy a house with it. But back then it was worth like $2,800. Now it's worth $800,000.
It's went up almost $10 since we started. Or more.
It's like, well, if you got a bunch of money, you could trade this. It's like anything. You could trade $1 stock, a $5 stock, a $10 stock, or a friggin' $3,000 deal. So what do you want to? How much you want to stomach?
So where do you think gold's going to be?
Oh boy, you had to ask me that.
Mm.
You got it right last time. Good thing you didn't short it.
Yeah.
You go first on this one. You're the gold expert. I'm the Bitcoin expert.
Right.
That's funny. You usually do win the gold, and I usually win the Bitcoin. So that's weird. You're in reality. I'm a dreamer. That's what it is.
Well, with everything else I'm saying, if I say gold's going up, it just kind of goes against what I'm thinking. Man. But I'm going to say it's going to be around 33.20.
Man, that's a good one. I was going to guess that. Not 20, but 33 something. All right. Well, I gotta be a good guy on the show here. 34.80.
Oh, man, that was a big sigh with that one.
I got to get this little gnat flying around here. It's driving me crazy.
All right, that's pretty much it, except for
that's it. We got our picks to go through now. So
yeah,
and then we got our future picks. Well, we just sort of did the show backwards. It's okay.
That's all right.
I like how the results are so far. I've won.
You got to mix it up. So we'll do mine first. I picked Alta.
Yeah,
I haven't looked at it.
What even is it? What is an Alta?
Alta? What is Alta?
Tech company.
It's a beauty company, man.
Oh, really? Man, they have a lot of money in beauty.
Yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, the place is packed every time me and John go there. Yeah, Alta last week was 471. I said it'd be 510, but it's not quite there. You said 499, so we're both wrong because it's 466.
Minus 11 for you, though, pal. Off to a good start. Let's see what you got. The beauty people aren't as beautiful as they think they are. So
I guess not. Let's maybe a 20-day chart. Oh, it got up to 491. Man,
that's closer
so
to
close.
what I said. Yeah, I think some of these are going to be victim of the market, right? How the market's going.
Yeah, right. Well,
wanting to get out and
market is not doing much.
Man, that's still a lot of money. They must sell a lot of lip gloss.
Yeah, they do.
So, okay, I got you by minus 11. So your next one is this Sopa. Sopa.
Yeah.
What do they do?
It was Society Pass. Hey, that's pretty wild. I'm not sure. It just popped up one day, and but anyway, it was 133. I said it'd be 162. You said 148, and it's 140.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at guessing something you didn't even know what it was.
Right.
And
then we got Z-Scalar. Yeah, Zopa we're not going to do anymore. That's gone. Z-Scalar
dull.
is a
This is
rocking
ZS?
stock.
CS?
It's a rocking stock here. Man, you got me on this.
I got you. I smoked you on your own. This is not looking good here. I said it was going to. I remember you said you thought I was
258. You said 288. It's 303.20.
Yeah, you thought I was crazy for saying 288. I wasn't even close to right.
Man, what's the deal on that, dude?
Yeah,
there's a 10-day chart. It made it all the way up to 306.
Man,
is that a all-time high? Yeah, look at that.
They must have. It looks like they got a little news there on that green stair step going up.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'll say
there's not one lick of red in there till the end.
From 164 all the way up to 306.
That would have been a good one to short.
At
the end when it got up to that. Yeah, but you might have shorted it at 275, thinking it wasn't gonna, or right 288.
Right.
Yeah, but it looks like it's sort of steadying off now a little bit. Wow, that's wild. That's wild and crazy stuff there. So anyway, I beat you on yours. Now let's go see how you beat me on mine, because I'm sure I'm gonna lose. Positive.
What's that first one? What's this?
mNRA. That's Moderna. mNRA. They're the vaccine people. Remember, they were taking a beating. Now, I think they were going to bounce back a smidgen.
mRNA?
Let's see. mNRA. No, you got mRNA. Oh, wait, that's it.
Yeah. Moderna.
I got it down. I wrote it down backwards again.
Wow.
Look at that. Somebody's exactly right. Not me.
It was 26?
Yes.
And now I said 24. You said 27. We're 2680. You're about right on.
Well, but we round up to 27. So ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
I got you by 3. Plus 3. We're off to a good start out of the gate. It's Johnny 5 down the straightaway. Let's see how we got on the backstretch. Backstretch is CVX.
CVX is a gas company, right?
I thought they were trains. I don't know. Oh, Chevron. It's Chevron. Yeah.
Chevron. Yeah. Last week it was 136.
On this one too.
I said it'd be 127. You said 140. Why
you want to nail this one? You would have just put you down for 0-3, 0-3 today on the whole thing.
Well, why is it going down if gas prices are going down?
Well, they went up just now because of Israel.
Why is it going up when gas prices are going down? They're not making,
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought I was a lucky guess on my part, but I sure got you for 13. So now you're down 16, plus 16 for me. But now we got Goldman Sachs.
Yeah,
there's a lot of movement in that one. You could get me here.
It is. Let's see what we got.
Get me. Oh, if it's 5, if they don't. Oh, sorry, you didn't get me.
Man, last week it was 595. I said 584, and you said 602.
Yeah, wow. 595 happened to be the lowest it's had.
Man, if I ain't careful, I'm gonna start listening to you.
Yeah, really. Well, you'd be better off listening to the 8 Ball, but I think I got that one pretty close because you said I said 602, and you thought I was crazy for saying that one, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't go as much as I thought. So
look at that. 626 is a 3-year all-time high. I bet. No, 672.
No, it got up there, but that low is the lowest it's had in a while.
Wow.
Well, the market's sort of kooky right now. If you can get on a hot streak guessing some stuff right, you can make some.
Wow. Banks are making some money, evidently. Wow. Okay. What kind of new picks you got this week? You got a theory? You got a theme?
Yeah, I got some more. I got a little bit of one. Let me get to it here. Okay, so now what they've done to me. My list is gone all of a sudden. Hold on.
Your list. You got a list?
Yeah, I got the I got it here. They keep putting up little things for me. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going with initials. I'm going with 3M. And 3M is at 143. We'll just call it 140. No, 144.
All right.
Because it's at, and right now. So, and then do you want me to go with all my picks first, or you want to guess them while we go?
Yeah, no, guess them, man.
Okay, so if you're the guy on your picks, you got to go first. So I got to go first. I'm going to guess
Here's a 20-day chart.
That doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't move a whole lot, does it? But it is
Just
it's a
14
downward
points in
trender.
the last 20 days. That's it. Here's a 1-year chart.
Yeah, it'll move 98 to 143. That's
Yeah.
man, that they got some news back there when it was 98. It got them up
Oh,
there
yeah.
healthy.
They came out with a new sticker.
Yeah, man, they got some sticky stuff there, don't they?
Yeah.
So we're looking at it's at 144 now. I'm going to go with 138. Yep, definitely 138.
Yeah. Looks like it's on a downtrend, sort of. Man, it came down to and then pumped right back up there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say, man, I'll say something.
You better start guessing. Yes,
All right.
You think
I'll say 148.
I was thinking about going that way, but I went the other way because I don't know. You just never know what's going to happen the next week with all this craziness that's going on. And actually, we're talking 2 weeks from now, so it could get crazy, go back to uncrazy, then get crazy again, all in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So then we have my next one is a J&J.
Oh, what's the symbol on that?
Hold on a second.
JJ? Johnson & Johnson?
Yeah, that's Johnson & Johnson. It took me a second. I knew it. And Johnson & Johnson, their number, it's JNJ.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's at 157.
Is that an all-time high? No.
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
It's not. It's
no, it's not. It's been up there higher, but it'll move around a little bit.
Okay, here's your 20-day chart. Man, this came up from 146 all the way to 157.
Yeah, they got a new They did a new toothpaste. No, they have a Johnson & Johnson. They had the shot. They had one of the shots for the COVID. They have all sorts of stuff.
So we'll say 157.
Yep. So I'm going to go with the 162. I think it's going to keep on keeping on. Although it doesn't seem like it's moving that fast to get that high, but I'm going to pick it.
Yeah. I'm going to say 152.
Wow, you just opposite of me. You wonder how you lose.
You got any more?
I got one more. I just got to get to it here. It's going to be. Oh, come on! Give me the right thing. Ay, carambas. Okay, I got it. Coming. I got 3M, J&J, and P&G. Procter and Gamble. Procters and Gamble. Let's see what their symbol is.
PNP.
Yeah, P. I don't know. That sounds bad. It's at 161.
There's Pan Pacific. Procter and Gamble.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on, it's coming up. It is PG. Wow, that's too simple.
PV?
PG, Procter, Gamble.
Well, there you go.
And they've had their ups and downs. They've been as high as 180 almost.
Yeah, 180.43.
And then they're down to low. They're down by their low time right now. So let's see. I'm going to go with. Let's see. I did a. Well, this is funny. I got a 144, a 157, and a 161. All of them are right around the same amount of money. So I'm going to go with 162. I don't think it's going to move a whole lot.
It was there today. And we'll run this 20-day chart. Let's see what's going on there. 171 down to 160, 10 points. That's it. So I think it's going to, retest something. So we'll say 164.
Ooh, we're going to have a showdown next week on ours. Oh, mine, that's for sure. You're not going to let me get out of that one easy. So, all right, we're down 2. Gary's picks. That's what that
Gary,
was.
we're going to pull up AU.
Auburn University.
Yeah. AU is a Angelo Gold.
Oh,
And
you're getting
yeah,
into
they've had quite the run. They just had little news and said they're going to 80 on the news, the analysts.
so they're at 51. They got a ways to go.
They do. But just in 20 days, they went from 38 to 52. So this is something to watch. So I think in 2 weeks, they're going to be 48. Like I said, I could bring up the news article if you want to read it. If you want to say they'll be around 70. You there? I lost you. He's gone.
But I'm back. Okay. For some reason,
And
my
you're
camera
back.
shut
Okay.
off. My whole camera shut off. So
Awesome.
all that reading's not doing you any good. So I'm not going to read. I'm just going to guess. 56 is what it's going to be.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
I think it is. He said it's going up. I believe you sometimes. AV, and they're gold related, correct?
Yeah. It pretty much follows gold.
And I said gold was going to go up on my prediction. So, hey, got to stay consistent. Market loves consistency.
I think, and what I say gold was, I thought I said it was going to go down, didn't I?
Yeah, you sit down a little bit, which, hey, you
right.
might win the Gary 5 net back, but not this week. Not on this sheet of paper so far. 25, 25.
I'm going to do two that I think are going to run out of steam.
Run out of steam. Okay, you're shorting some stuff.
This is a pretty recent IPO. Let me see, 180 day. Yeah.
Ooh.
They came out on 6/5 of 25, went all the way up to 138.
So that's their very first day was.
Yeah, their first day they went up to 104. Their third day they went up to 138.
Okay, and this is Circle. This is CRCL
Circle Internet Group. And so they're trading at what are we at now?
120. Man, that thing's like a bouncing ball there. 122. I'm going to call it 122 before it changes.
122.
Yeah, it's not even 122.
So I gotta choose first, I guess. So I'm gonna say,
man, this could be in 2 weeks. It could be.
Yeah, it could be 150 or it could be 100.
Or it could be bankrupt.
Yeah. I think I'm just looking for the run to be over. They gotta, yeah, I'm going to say 110.
Man, that's a good guess right there.
Well, I don't know.
I'm going to say 124. I think it's going to go down and then back up again. It'll get to your 110 next week when we don't have a show, and then come right back up to mine. That's what I'm going to predict.
Well, it's a good one to keep an eye on if anybody's out there looking for a short. And you can short it. It's past those IPOs, first 3 or 4 days, you can't short them.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty, I mean, $100 for an IPO, that's coming out of the gate strong.
It's up 14 points today.
Huh.
Yeah, but here's where it was at last night.
Wow.
101. So
it's 20
what a
points.
game.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's 21.
In pre-market yesterday, it was 120, came down to 101, ran through this pre-market today, and is back up to had a high of 124.
Man, they are working on that one.
Oh, they are manipulating it.
Yeah, they are. This would be one. The dust could settle in your favor.
So you said 124. I said 110. The next one is CRWV, and this is pretty much the same
deal, huh?
Keep an eye on. Would like to short this. This is I think this is a IPO. Let me see. Maybe not. Maybe
And
it
it's
just has
got
some.
it was going steady there till the last.
Yeah,
till
180 days. It's went from 33.52 to 166. I think the run's over.
So it's at, what are we going to call it?
So right now
152?
it's trading 152. I think it's
Okay.
going to be.
Man, it's up there.
Yeah, it is. I think it's going to be 122.
122. Man, you are. I think it's going to be 138. Yeah, 138.
You think it's going down?
I think it's going to go down too. It just, but it's not going to go down as much as you. So really, I should say probably 150. But I'm going to go with that.
You looked at our planter stock lately?
They said that there's another one out like Planter that is, holy
Yeah,
cow,
look at
what's
this.
that?
It's $139.29.
Yep. Man, that's something else. Well, there's supposed to be another one out that's very similar to it, but I
For
don't.
any viewers out there, John and I, let me do a year chart.
Yep.
We called it in this area,
Yep. It was
and
30.
we said it was going to 100, and it did.
You sound. I'm not taking any credit for that one. You found that one. I'm
Yeah.
not. I'll take credit for Silvo, but it didn't go to 140. That thing's the highest. That's as high as it's ever been.
Right.
But they're talking about this new government contract that they're going to get. There's something that they're going to get with the AI or whatever, and it's even just keeps on getting better for
Oh,
them.
they've got a bunch of contracts. That PLTR, another one, eTOR, ETOR is
Maybe
one to
that's
keep
one.
an eye on. ETOR. I think it's going to rip.
Yep.
It's a pretty recent IPO as well. Let me see.
Wow, look
Yeah.
at that volume. Yeah, that's when it came out. It had some volume.
Yeah, it came out, well, 5/14/25. Went up to 79, came back down here, and I think it's going to go up eventually. Yeah.
Eventually, yeah. Well, what's that little light bulb down there? Oh, that was their earnings. They had a 69 cents earnings. Pull up Silvo real quick. SLVO. And then see, they had that. Is that a 3 year? What is that chart there? That's a 1 year.
That's 1 year, yeah.
Man, they were down at 72. But look at that ton of volume there at the.
Do they have earnings, or are they just say?
Yeah. No, they just have dividends. Their dividends
Okay.
come out around the 10th of every month. So the pattern on this stock is the first of the month, it usually goes down for till like the 5th of the month. And then it just generally goes up all the way to the time that they announce earnings. Now the dividend's only $1.33 this time, and it was $2.15 last time. So that's still good. I mean, it's still a good dividend. And it's monthly. So, but the news that drove them up is that the silver market's going to 40 because this Silvo is covered calls. So if the market goes up, they will make money. If it goes down, they don't. But they've got a little bit of a lag going because I think the dividends that they're paying now are from the last month when silver was sucking. So it's sort of delayed. But if you watch the silver market, it goes up, then this stock goes up. If the silver market goes down, then it goes down. But does
silver go up like gold?
Yeah, it pretty much follows the same. Yeah. The only difference between, they use gold in industry, but gold is mostly for money purposes, but they use it for contactors and different things. It's actually used for stuff, but silver is really used in a lot of stuff. They used to make film out of it. You used to have silver to make film, but we don't have that anymore because of digital. But there's still a lot of applications in the market. So when the economy goes down and they quit building stuff, and that's what drives silver down. What drives gold down is like it sort of cancels it out because people want gold to hedge for inflation, and if the economy sucks and the dollar sucks, then they want gold. but they're not necessarily wanting silver as much for that purpose. So that's sort of my perspective on why silver is different from gold and why it's the same. So, but pull up SLV and then put a 10-day chart on it.
Wow.
See, look at that. See, it was at 28 and now
it's still only $5. But.
Yeah, but I mean that's for a stock that doesn't move that much.
Yeah, right.
And that's pretty much it's been 30 and under. And so now it's up there at 33. And so when that goes up, then the silvo goes up. So but now that the ex-dividend date, you have to own it by the 19th. And then you get paid your dividend. So generally what happens is after the ex-dividend date, it'll drop off some. People will take the dividend and sell it or whatever. I just usually stay steady with it, especially when it's paying. As long as silver's high, then I'm good.
Well, that's a 3-year high right there.
Oh, I know it. It's well, they're saying it's going to go to all that was on that news. See that big green uppity there?
Yeah,
that was all on the news of silver going to $40 an ounce.
Jeez.
So people jump in on it, and plus it's a good hedge against if you think the economy's shaky. It's silver is a good one to have. It's not as good as gold, but it's a lot cheaper. It's basically 10% of what gold is. I mean, if you look at it, that's about where gold is, $33 and $3,300. So that's why they're saying $4,000 and $40. So I wonder what platinum is, or how about let's call up Iran and see how much. What's that uranium's going for right now after Israel bombed them? Whoa! I bet you can get some good deals on some weapons grade uranium from somewhere.
Let me see what we got in. There's silver futures.
Let's do that.
36. Let's see what kind of a 3-year chart on that. Oh my goodness, man! They're hitting highs.
Yeah, everybody's convinced it's going to be up there. So.
Wow.
Act accordingly.
Wouldn't you like to pick the top on that?
Yeah. Oh.
Run it.
Yeah, because I know I go down to 28 in about a heartbeat.
Here's gas futures was 10 down to 3.5.
Yeah, those are sort of cyclical on stuff.
Oh, here's platinum. Here's platinum futures.
Okay, yeah. Look at that. I called it. Look at that thing. It's green.
That's
like
a 3-year chart. Let me run a 10-day chart. Yeah, it just hit a high yesterday.
1,300. It's like an Indian phone. Green.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yep, that's wild. Well, the metals, but Bitcoin at 106. That's just crazy. I still think of that story I saw. The guy gave 40 Bitcoins for somebody to bring him a pizza back, 15 years when it first started.
Oh man,
that's worth $9 million now. That's crazy, isn't it?
I wonder if he still got them.
Who knows? I mean, both parties are silly.
If he's lucky, hopefully he went home, just threw them in his upper dresser drawer and left them, and now he's like, wow.
Wow, really? They're worth $9 million? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you saw that one of those investor guys bought his kid $1,200 worth of Microsoft stock, and it was worth that one is $9 million, but it's worth $288,000. That. But that's some of the advice that we were given last week. With one of the big takeaways was, hey, if you're young, invest in some of these companies and just forget about it.
Yeah, speaking of Microsoft, it just hit a new high yesterday. 480.42.
Okay. Oh, another one. Amazon. Pull up Amazon. It's AMZ. Is that what it is? Huh? Amazon is supposed to be coming out with this It's supposed to be coming out with something that's going to change the world. So.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's going to be under Amazon's name or if it's a subsidiary or whatever. But That'll give you something. Do some research on that in the next couple of weeks. Find out what's going on, because they said something about it maybe coming out in June or July, and it's supposed to be, like the .com. It's just supposed to really. It's going to control. It's going to affect gas price, what you pay for gas, what you pay on vacation. All it's the next thing. You see what Amazon did to deliveries. I got something coming today for a carburetor on my mixer.
Well, I know.
Just punch in the
they've already changed the world. I'd like to know the stocks that are affiliated with this change coming up.
That's your homework. That's your homework for next week. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we're into an hour already. Look at that. Look how fast it goes.
Okay. Yeah, that was good. Amazon. Me and David, I traded Amazon when it was $5 in 1996.
It's crazy, isn't it? And that thing is split a crap ton of time.
Oh,
I had Amazon stock when it was 3,100 and it split. Remember that? I'm like, dang, that was good timing when I first started. But then I ended up getting my money back by waiting. So it was $3,100. They split it 20 to 1 and it went to 200 or something like that. But it finally got up to enough where I got my money back. But yeah, when they split them like that, and it's not good. And now look, it's up to 2. It's not even that much higher than when it split.
Well, if you knew the future, I wonder what stocks that we're trading right now that may
Nano Dimensions.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
I hope so too. And Pasquale's, whatever.
Yeah, probably.
Well, you already traded yours out, so that's going up.
Well,
I made $500 on that stock. I did a short. I did a quick sale on it. I bought it when it was down.
I was up 4,100 because it was up a point or a little over a point.
Yeah,
I was in $1.85. It went to 298. So
I was in at 190. I was in at 196 and I sold it at 280. But I only had 500 shares, I think, or something like that. So that was good. It was good advice, Gary. I'm glad I followed it.
Yeah, well, I'm looking for another runner. I think
you'll come up with that. Give me a couple weeks. So that's conspiracy theory. Where's our all right, Trump, if you're watching, we're still waiting. I got some advice for JD Vance.
You got your banner up?
I just took it down because we're done. We're done.
Oh, okay. All right. Trump's afraid to play us.
Yeah, I think so.
He hadn't called. Yeah.
I played last Saturday. I haven't been playing a lot. I've been working. I got to go back to work today. It's sad, but it's good. It's I got 3 jobs going and 2 crews. It's like I got to make money to pay for my vacation home down there in January and February and come visit. So yeah. Well, all right. Well, let's set it up. I want to. If you got a minute, I'll talk to you on the other side.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. Thanks everybody for watching. And happy Friday 13th. And
keep an eye on those stocks. We're not recommending them. It's for entertainment purposes only.
We'd rather see you in the market than out in the streets riding.
No buts.
Yeah, go Pacers. We got to see. The 8-ball said
buy low,
lose. Sell high. Sell high. All right, everybody. We'll catch you later. Oh, by the way, the guy last week loved the ending.
Oh, did
he thought that was hilarious. It is a good ending.
Cube Wealth, cubewealth.com.
Yeah, good. Check him out. He's all over it on the TikTok. So, all right. See y'all in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So you're new to the market and you're watching these market shows and talking to some of your friends, and maybe you listen to one of them and they say, hey, I got this great stock tip for you. Just get on board here and we'll ride this thing together. I'll show you how to do it and I'll teach you a few things. And you're like, okay, come on and get on. And then you get on there and then all of a sudden the market starts going. You invest this money, the market starts going and it's going, and you're like, I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit shaky about this deal here, and then the market starts going up and down, and you're like, hey, and then all of a sudden the earnings come out and it's like, oh, your friend says, oh well, sorry about that. I really thought it was a good deal. I just I'll talk to you later. And then you're sitting there holding on to the horns.